Hello, OptionStrat trader. Steve Gans here, and I'm going to try something a little bit new here and doing what I call a weekend update. It's just a very quick look at our markets. The goal is to try and provide a little bit of rudimentary technical analysis, kind of help people look at how the market has moved in the past and how the market might be moving as we go forward, where I see support and resistance areas. Some people call them supply and demand areas. Look at trends, etc. I'm predominantly going to do this in the major indexes of the SPX and the RUT, the RUT. And then I also always like to look at the VIX, the volatility index. So it's going to be a relatively short overview and analysis, and then just a talk about the formations that I see occurring in the charts. So I hope you like this. If you would, give me a comment down below if you find this sort of thing helpful. And of course, always remember to like and subscribe. So with that, let's get moving. So if we take a look at the SPX, I was expecting that there would be a little bit of a pullback right here to this 57.50 range, which we did get. And then we rallied a little higher here on Friday, but then sold off. So that's a little bit of maybe a tell. We didn't break to a new high. But again, next week, major earnings week, we're going to see some significant movement. The question is it going to be a pullback or will we break out again? Now, my expectation is probably more of a pullback, maybe to this 56.50 range, possibly a little chop sideways. And so I would expect, again, during the week next week, probably in this 5,900 range to 56.50 and probably a channel. It's going to have some big moves on days of big announcements, but largely I suspect we'll stay in a channel. And then the following week with election, we'll have to see what that brings. So that's SPX. RUT continues to follow this general uptrend, forming a flag pattern here. We're flat across the top. We're making higher lows. So this could, right now I'm thinking probably in this 2170 range that we'd pull back into here, maybe rally back up to this 2280. Again, likely chop in a range here. It's not out of the question that this could drop out below this. If it does, then I think we're down here into this, 2100 range. And we're still looking at a range from this, 2120, I would call it, up to the 2300 range. But more likely than not, we'll be in this tighter range here through the week next week. So that's RUT. Then we look at the volatility index, and that is starting to spike a little bit with the sell-off we had on Friday. So I would expect if we get a little more sell-off, VIX will probably pop up into this 24 range here. And then as we get into the election, depending on how that plays out, whether it's, smooth transition, regardless of who it is, if the transition goes smoothly, then I think this will drop back down. If we end up with, some contention, then we're likely to get a spike that following week, and we'll have to see how large that spike is. It is this spike that has me a little bit concerned and why I'm staying light on positions, because positions where you are selling premium, which is my main style, the butterflies or even the calendar's diagonals, etc. Those types of positions, particularly the butterflies, don't act well when volatility increases. When the volatility is higher, that's when you want to put those positions on, because as we're selling premium, you get more money then for those short puts. But for now, that's it for the weekend update here for the end of October. And take care, everyone.